score of 70-58. The Pioneer squad that just frankly could not get the ball to go in the basket. The Pioneers forced 25 turnovers, but shot 28% through much of that game, while Catawba shot over 60% for much of that basketball game. Very difficult to overcome on the road at a place like Catawba. The Tusculum team that is now out of school. Good news, bad news. Bad news is won't be a lot of students on hand here tonight, but good news is after the Pioneers have had to focus on finals the last couple of weeks, finally this team can just focus on basketball as Tusculum out of class and focus on basketball in the coming weeks. It's a Tusculum team that will take on Coker at home tonight, then travel to 15th ranked Wingate on Saturday. Then an exhibition game, and the Pioneers will not play again until January 3rd. A chance to move the record to 3-1 in the conference, as the Pioneers only have Wingate and Carson Newman in front of them in the South Atlantic Conference. It's Tusculum and Coker. Back with more of your Pioneer pregame after this, as you listen to Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
And without it, you can't have sex.
And neither can I. It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
Consent. If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us.
It's on us.
It's on us.
It's on us.
It's on us. It's on all of us.
It's on us to stop sexual assault. Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Pioneer Arena on this basketball Wednesday night, and now joined by Pioneer Women's head coach Devin Carter. And Coach, let's first go back. Tough one on the road at Catawba, and it's happened a couple times this year, and this time it caught up with you. Just a cold shooting night on the road at Catawba.
Yeah, you know, we couldn't put the ball in the basket, and you know the deal is when you don't score, you can't press. That's usually the you know phrase that everybody says, but we forced 25 turnovers. We had 13 steals. We hit every last goal we wanted to hit. We just couldn't put the ball in the basket. And I think the thing that was so disappointing is that we missed a lot of easy ones around the bucket. And Catawba's a tough place to play as is, but you can't go on the road and miss the great opportunities you do have. I think about some of the steals we were able to get in the open court and not finish at the rim, and those things come back to bite us, man. The thing that sticks out in my mind is when we go on the run and we cut it to 7, we get another steal and have a chance for a layup, which I believe would have forced them to call a timeout, and they would have been out of timeouts for the entire fourth quarter. Huge play, and we just didn't convert. So, you know, definitely a learning experience for us, but, you know, I told the girls is that, you know, in our losses this year, I felt like we beat ourselves. And not anything that our opponent has done, we just beat ourselves. And Catawba was another example of that. So hopefully, you know, we get something to drop in the bucket tonight and we can convert.
How much does finals week and graduation and, a lot of distractions leading up to a game like that play into it?
Man, it's huge. That's why we rescheduled this game. And we probably should have looked at, rescheduling that other game, but it was on a Saturday, and it's huge because you got kids getting little to no sleep. I've had kids for the first time. I mean, my office might as well have been a library. They're printing out different stuff and working on their exams, and so I basically got booted out of my office for like 3 days and had a group of kids in there studying for their exams, and it's always a tough time because you got so much going on. So much is dependent on their exams, and then you throw a scouting report in front of their face. The last thing they want to do is read something, so it's a big part of it. I'm glad they're over because now we can focus on basketball a little bit.
And you get to focus on just basketball here for a little while. We're headed into the Christmas break here, and now it's the fun period for you as coaches and especially the players because finals are over and they just get to do what they love and play a little basketball.
Yeah, I mean, we've had kids getting in the gym, getting up extra shots. It's almost like a relief that they get to focus on basketball a little bit. And, they have a jam-packed schedule. Now it's freed up a little bit. And so we've had kids in there getting up extra shots, getting in extra work, which as a coach you love to see. But get to focus on basketball, and we're going to need our focus tonight, and especially on the road Saturday. We got to, be focused and locked in to pull these 2 games off, two tough opponents.
Coker comes in tonight, a team that's 0-2 in this athletic conference, but a team that's ever dangerous.
Yes.
Shannon Johnson came in. She's in her 3rd year now, and much like you, a lot of building to do when she got there and had to kind of wait a couple of years to get the players that she likes in there to run her style. And the record doesn't show it in the conference early this year, but we saw sparks of it last year. She's a heck of a basketball coach and, heck of a basketball player. She's played the WNBA and is, a internationally renowned women's basketball player. But, she's really starting to get the athletes she likes into her program as well.
For sure. She's done a great job recruiting. They've got, a nice mix of new players and experience back. And, they've had some tough games here early. And like you said, their record is not indicative of how good they are. They play hard. They force you to take tough shots. Their athleticism has improved so much this year. I think that's the big thing is that, we're going to play a team tonight that's just as athletic as we are. Arisha Cooper, phenomenal player. The Williams girl they got from UNCW, I don't know if she's going to play tonight, but she's probably the most athletic player in the league top to bottom. And so we've got to make sure we control the glass, that we're able to get into our press, and that we're able to convert, because if we don't, Coker will make you pay.
This is a basketball team in Tusculum that we've seen be aggressive on defense throughout this year. And you talked about the 25 turnovers against Catawba.
Yeah.
Have you seen teams start to adjust to that at all? Because now they've seen you on film, they know what you do. It's no longer a surprise.
Yeah.
And this team, with your reach at the wing position and with the athleticism you have, you're still going to be able to do what you do. Right. But how many adjustments have you seen from teams so far?
I mean, teams have definitely adjusted to it because early on, I don't think a lot of people knew how to go against it because it's not a press that you see every day. But teams are starting to clear us out. Teams are trying to force us to, trap all over the floor and run long distances to get to our traps. So teams have definitely adjusted, and on the other end, we've had to do some adjusting ourselves. So instead of forcing 30-some turnovers, whatever we're doing, we're going low 20s now, which is still pretty darn good. But I told our girls a lot of it is a lot of focus on our end. When there's only so many looks you're gonna see. And we got to be able to execute on the chances that we do have. And, going back to even Catawba, I felt like we had 5 deflections in the first 2 minutes of the game. We should have had 3 steals in the first 2 minutes of the game, and they ended up being jump balls. We got to have those 50-50 balls because teams adjust and teams are well coached in this league, and when you get opportunities, you got to take advantage. So I think it's a combination of both teams adjusting and then us having to adjust as well.
Coach, I want to end with something that has nothing to do with basketball, and it's about people. Kristen Atwell, Shanice Widener, they graduated this past weekend. 2 of your graduate assistants, coach assistants, 2 of the best people you'll ever want to meet.
Absolutely.
2 of my all-time favorite Pioneers.
No doubt. Man, I tell you what, I told them, and I truly mean it, it's probably one of my biggest moments as a coach. It's one of my all-time favorite moments because those are girls that played here. Those are girls that wore the jersey. And those are girls, I joke with them all the time. I tell them I'll have you as long as you want to be around. And if I got to make up something for you, I will. But I told them that the fact that they wanted to stay, I say hang around with Coach, means a lot because they've been, Atwell and Shy have been phenomenal. They make my job easier. They do a lot of things behind the scenes. They're not prideful. No task is too big or too small for them. I love them to death, and it's definitely, one of my proudest moments as a coach because those girls are they're not settling for average. They're pushing. They're trying to be better. They're going against the norm. And, they got master's degrees at 23 years old. And that's the thing we try to push is going above and beyond. And those two girls are classic examples of how I want every girl in our program to be. And they set the bar. Whoever comes behind them, I want to keep it in family, obviously, but whoever comes behind them is going to have some big shoes to fill.
I once said that Kristen Atwell has that, what can I do, Coach? What can I do, Coach?
Absolutely.
She's always wanting to know what she can do, and if you can't love Shanice Whitener, you don't have a heart. She's probably the most lovable kid I've ever been around.
Absolutely. Those girls are phenomenal. It used to be times, man, where you're here at 9, 10 o'clock at night and you're working on all this different stuff. Those girls work their butts off for me. They're trustworthy. They're loyal. They're phenomenal with our girls. I can't say enough about them. I'm trying to figure out a way to keep them. I want to keep them because they're that good.
Coach, we appreciate your time. Good luck. We'll chat with you after the game.
All right, thank you.
Head Coach Devin Carter, his comments before Tusculum takes on Coker here tonight from Pioneer Arena. Back with more of your Pioneer pregame after this as you listen to Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Already underway as we bring it back. Coker gets the opening tap, but abruptly travels with the basketball underneath, so the Pioneers have the basketball, and Mia Long will draw a foul as she dribbles into the front court. The foul called on Caitlin Considine. That'll be her first. It's the first team foul called on Coker of this first quarter. Just 15 seconds in, still no score. Pioneers with their first offensive possession. Kubidon to Casey Johnson, fakes from three, now will drive, count it and one. Casey Johnson with the hoop and the harm will be at the line trying to complete the three-point play. A beautiful head fake from three, drove to the bucket, got bumped, got the bucket, and will be at the line. The foul called on Irisha Cooper. That'll be her first, the team's second. And Casey Johnson at the line, trying to give her team a 3-0 lead. And she does. Came into the game averaging 12.8 points per game. Did Johnson. She has her first 3 points of this game, and the Pioneers' first 3 points. And Coker will inbound in backcourt with Hannah Stuhl against full court pressure from the Pioneers. Picks up her dribble. Now to the free throw line, and Hauser. She will drive. Kicks it off to Considine. Drives baseline. Shot no. Rebound pulled down by Hauser. Lost it into the hands of Arisha Cooper. Cooper on the drive all the way to the hole. Lays it up and in. Cooper with a driving bucket through the lane. Pulls her team back within one. Long. Kick out Sydney Wilson for three. Back iron no. Rebound pulled down by Coker. Outlet feed Stuhl. Wilson trying to catch up. Can't. Layup missed. Rebound Johnson. So Coker can't convert the fast break opportunity. And the Pioneers come back the other way with Sydney Wilson. Mia Long, nice move through the lane to the hole. Put it up, no. Rebound put back. Patton put it up and in. Latoria Patton off the long miss. Gets the rebound put back, and the Pioneers push their lead to 3 at 5-2. This is Crop getting her first touch. Her layup's no good, and the rebound pulled down by Patton. Long ahead to Kubidon to the hole. Shot rolls no. but a foul, and Kubidon will be to the free throw line to shoot 2. Head coach Shannon Johnson of Coker a little bit upset and very animated from her bench, telling the official about her displeasure. Wanting the same call at the other end is her argument. Kubidon at the line to shoot a pair. Pioneers lead 5-2. Kubidon free throw is up and in. Kubidon will have a second. Here in the game for Coker comes Shay Jackson, a 5'10 sophomore out of Orangeburg, South Carolina. Kubidon, free throw, good. Kubidon makes good on both. Pioneers lead by 5. Coker against the full court pressure from the Pioneers. Near to the front court comes Considine all the way through the lane. And Coach Shannon Johnson talked her way into that one. The same official she was chirping on calls that foul, and it gives Coker the and one opportunity. As the foul called on Sydney Wilson, her first. It's the team's first, and at the line, trying to complete the three-point play, Caitlin Considine drove the lane, got the layup, and draws the foul. Free throw, good. Here to the game for Coker comes Kalia Hires, a 5'7 sophomore out of Columbia, South Carolina. As out goes Considine. Pioneer basketball leading by 2. Casey Johnson in backcourt. Ahead to Mia Long. Trying to trap her at the timeline, gets rid of it to Johnson. Left wing feet, Sydney Wilson. Wilson puts it on the floor, backdoor cut to Johnson, and it is off the foot of Casey Johnson, and Pioneers will inbound underneath their own bucket. 17 seconds on the shot clock. 8:04 to play in the opening quarter. Pioneers lead 7-5. Inbounds feed goes to Casey Johnson, trying to save it, and stepped out of bounds, and it'll be Coker basketball. So turnover on the Pioneers, giving the basketball back over to Coker with a chance to tie this game. Tusculum took the early 3-0 lead as they lead by 2. Defending Coker on the other end. With the basketball, Hires. Now to the free throw line, and Jackson turns, shoot, shot, no. Rebound tipped, out of bounds, off of Coker, and back over to the Pioneers. So Casey Johnson will inbound along in backcourt right in front of the Pioneer bench as Kubidon gets instructions from head coach Devin Carter. She runs back into the front court, and they get a new play, and Long brings it into the front court with 7:40 left to play in the quarter. Long on the drive. Hesitation, now goes all the way and scoops it up and in. Long with the hesitation on the dribble drive at the free throw line, freed herself up and got a layup, and the Pioneers lead by 4 once again. Jumper from the baseline is no good from Kropp. Rebound pulled down by Kubidon. The Pioneers look to run. He leaves men into the front court. Ahead to Long, to the hole, count it and one. Mia Long with the driving bucket. The layup is good, and she'll be at the line trying to complete the three-point play. As the foul going against Coker on Kalia Hires, her first. It's the team's 4th, and Mia Long at the line trying to complete the three-point play for the Pioneers. Tusculum, who leads by 6, can make it 7 with the free throw upcoming, as Long has 5 points in the game as she makes good on the free throw. 12-5 to score, 7:15 left to play in the opening quarter. A near travel at the timeline as Tusculum comes with the trap. Now Stool in the lane, and a blocking foul going to be called on the Pioneers. Sydney Wilson didn't like it. Did the shot go in? So count the basket. And the foul's on Sydney Wilson. I'll be honest, I did not see that go in. The foul on Wilson, her second. Team second, and Stool at the line trying to complete the three-point play. Up off the bench into the game for the Pioneers is Lovely Locklear as the free throw was no good, and the Pioneers come away with the rebound, and Casey Johnson Long into the front court. Kick out to Kubidon, will fake from 3, now will drive, shot blocked on her way up, scramble for it on the floor. A jump ball will be the call, and it'll be Tusculum basketball. And they'll put 18 seconds on the shot clock. It'll be Pioneer basketball inbounding underneath their own bucket. Kubidon to get it in for the Pioneers. Lobs it into Patton over her head, and it's stolen away by Coker. Picked up by Cooper into the front court. Cooper one-on-one with Lovely Locklear. Spin, shoot, shot good. Cooper spun away from Locklear, got the layup to go. Cuts the Pioneer lead back to 3 at 12-9. Casey Johnson fakes from 3. She loses the handle. And it's another turnover on the Pioneers. Outlet feed to Stool. And a foul going to be called at the free throw line. As it's going to go against Casey Johnson. And they'll say she's in the act of shooting, so 2 shots for Stool. The foul on Johnson, her first. It's the team's third. And Stool at the line to shoot a pair with her team trailing by 3. The first free throw is up and in. Patterson into the game for the Pioneers as Long will come out. And Stool at the line to shoot her second. Can cut the Tusculum lead to 1. Free throw's no good. Rebound pulled down by Casey Johnson. Pioneers with Patterson. Bring it into the front court. Right wing feed. Off to Kubidon. Looking inside for Patton. Patton has to come out before she gets the 3-second violation. Now Locklear will go into Patton. Double team comes out to Patterson to the top and Casey Johnson. Right wing Locklear. Extra pass Kubidon for 3 from the corner. Shot short, no. Rebound pulled down by Kubidon of the Pioneers. Patterson will reset with 25 seconds on the shot clock. Left wing feed goes to Kubidon. Flashing through Locklear instead to the top and Patton. Right wing feed to Johnson. Back to Kubidon. She'll drive. Lost the handle in the lane. Scramble for the basketball, and coming out of there with it is McFarland, and a foul going to be called at the timeline on the Pioneers. Inbounding side front court will be Sydney Schul for Coker. McFarland has it at the top, drives on Lovely Locklear, shot off the glass, no. And an over-the-back foul is going to be called on the rebound on Coker. As it'll go on Arisha Cooper. That'll be her second, and will walk to the other end and shoot free throws, as that is the 5th team foul called on Coker of this first quarter. And head coach Shannon Johnson wants an explanation of that one also. And to be honest with you, I don't know what her argument is. It should have been called 3 times already in this game. As Cooper clearly went over the back of Casey Johnson, and she'll be at the line to shoot a pair. Johnson, free throw, back iron, no good. Back in the game comes Trey Johnson for Coker. And Casey Johnson back at the line shooting her second. Pioneers lead by 2. Johnson free throw is up and in. Johnson will come out. As into the game for the first time comes Maddie Sutton, the 6-foot freshman out of Walland, Tennessee. Pioneers lead by 3 as Coker inbounds in backcourt. Inbound goes to Kincaid, working on Lovely Locklear. Kincaid brings it into the front court, gets free, drives all the way to the hoop. Shot blocked away from behind by Lovely Locklear and picked up by Kubidon. So the Pioneers come away with the basketball as Patterson brings it into the front court. Great recovery defense from Lovely Locklear. Patterson to the top and Patton. Looking inside for Sutton. Has it, backs her way down, spin, shoot, shot, no. Rebound tipped and is taken away by Jackson of Coker. Outlet feed, ahead to Schul. Nice head fake. Clears herself and puts it up and in. Great head fake by Schul, letting Lovely Locklear go by. And Coker back to within 1 at 13-12. Patterson for 3. That one's well off the mark. And the rebound's pulled down by Coker and Shea Jackson. Jackson, this time trying to go with the outlet feed to Schul, but she threw it out of her reach and out of bounds. And the Pioneers will have the basketball when we come back. Media timeout. 4:36 left to play in the opening quarter. It's Tusculum 13, Coker 12. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, Justin Jeffers.
Pioneers leading by one will have the basketball coming out of the media timeout as Coker trying to beat the Pioneers back. Threw it out of the reach of Schull and out of bounds, and that gives the basketball to the Pioneers. Long back in the game for Tusculum as it's Patterson, Sutton, Patton, Long, and Lovely Locklear on the floor for the Pioneers. Long to Patterson left wing, gets a screen from Patton, and it'll be an illegal screen. Patton upset with herself. She turned to roll on a pick and roll, but she rolled too soon. So she was moving. It's Patton's first. It's the team's fourth. And Coker will have the basketball with a chance to take their first lead of this game. Tusculum led 3-0 thanks to Casey Johnson, and they've led throughout, and they force a turnover as Maddie Sutton comes up with the steal. Sutton to Long, to the top and Locklear. Back to Long. Sutton trying to post up now low on Shea Jackson. Lovely Locklear now gets a screen from Sutton. Locklear will drive. Shot short, no. Rebound. Sutton puts it up and in. Sutton got position on the inside on the rebound and put it up and in. And she pushes the Pioneers' lead back to 3 at 15-12. Nobody guarding underneath for the Pioneers as Schull was all alone underneath, and the Pioneers commit the foul and will send Schull to the line as Schull was all alone underneath the Pioneer bucket. As the foul called on Callie Patterson, that'll be her first. It's the team's fifth. And Schull will be at the line to shoot a pair as Kubidon at the scoring table to check into the game for the Pioneers. And Schull will be at the line to shoot two. 3 points already in the game for Hannah Schull, and she makes it on the first free throw. Kubidon in, Patterson will go out, and Schull will be back at the line to shoot her second. Schull, free throw. Good. Into the game for Coker returns Haley Kropp as Schull will go out. Kropp, the 5'6" sophomore out of Columbus, North Carolina. Pioneer basketball as Long brings her into the front court. Pioneers up by one. Long, drive, shot, good. Mia Long continuing to find a way to get herself to the bucket against this Coker defense. Gets the layup, and the Pioneers lead by 3 once again. Shot no good from Kropp. Then got her own rebound, but stepped out of bounds. And Tusculum will have the basketball back with 3:25 left to play in this first quarter. 17-14, Pioneers with the lead. Long with 5 points and the basketball for the Pioneers. Check that, Long with 7 points and the basketball. Long left wing to Kubidon. Coming off in the motion offense is Lovely Locklear. She'll hold it near the timeline, gets a screen from Sutton, and then had the basketball stripped from her possession and taken away by Coker's Aaron Hauser. Hauser outlet feed to Kropp. Near to the deep left corner for three is Kincaid. That one nowhere near. Rebound Patton. Patton clears it ahead to Mia Long for the Pioneers. Long drives, kick out Kubidon. Head fake from three. She will drive, gets cut off in the lane. Back to Mia Long. Long between two. Tough shot. Got it to go. Mia Long with the layup. Timeout, Coker. We head to a break. 2:42 left to play in the first quarter. It's Tusculum 19, Coker 14. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you freely.
And without it, you can't have sex.
And neither can I. It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
Consent. If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us.
It's on us.
It's on us.
It's on us.
It's on us. It's on all of us.
It's on us to stop sexual assault. Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Long. That's kind of the goal of defense. But right now, Mia Long with just a wide open driving lane for the Pioneers. She's got 9, and the Pioneers lead 19-14. Pioneers commit a foul on the inbound. It will be on the aforementioned Mia Long, and it will send Kalia Hires to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul on Long, her first. It's Tusculum's 6th. Coker already in the double bonus. The first free throw is up and in. Second free throw, no good. Rebound pulled down by Sutton. Here to the front court come the Pioneers. Mia Long with the basketball at the top. Long gets a screen. Hands it off to Kubidon left wing, who gets a screen from Patton. Kubidon drives. Lovely Locklear open for 3. In, out, no. Rebound pulled down by Coker. Coker's done a great job on the defensive glass so far in this game. Lovely Locklear tips it away from Kincaid. Kincaid will save it to the top and Hires. Hires pull-up jumper from the free throw line. That one is no good. Air ball out of bounds, and the Pioneers will have the basketball back. Head coach Shannon Johnson is beside herself, frustrated with her team, as Casey Johnson up off the bench back into the game for the Pioneers. Caitlin Considine back into the game for the Coker Cobras. And I said the first one was up and in from Hires. I was looking right at it and still misspoke. They were both no good from Hires, and the Pioneers lead by 5, 19-14. Pioneers with the basketball as Mia Long will get it in backcourt and dribble it across. 2 minutes left to play in the opening quarter. Mia Long dribbling on the right wing to the top and Sutton. I can go ahead and tell you this is not how this play was supposed to work. Sutton will take it upon herself. Crossover dribble, no. Floater from in front. Back iron, and the rebound's pulled down by Coker. Shea Jackson will be bumped at the timeline by Sutton, and Sutton will pick up the personal. That'll be her first, the team's 7th of this first quarter. And Coker will be to the free throw line with Shea Jackson shooting 2. Jackson, first free throw is good. Jackson makes good on the first, gets her first point of the basketball game. His back end comes Hannah Stuhl, as out goes Elizabeth Kincaid. Jackson back at the line to shoot her second. Free throw is good. Jackson makes it on both. Pulls Coker back to within 3 at 19-16. A minute 40 left to play in the opening quarter. Mia Long gets a screen from Sutton, dribbles to the free throw line, kick out to Kubidon, and a traveling violation is going to be called on Kubidon, turning the basketball back over to the Cobras. And that will get Arnwine up off the bench. Arnwine, the 5'6 freshman from Bearden High School in Knoxville, as Kubidon comes out. The turnover on the Pioneers, their 6th of this first quarter, and they forced only 3. A very un-Tusculum-like performance on defense, and another un-Tusculum-like performance there as Hires just dribbled past everybody and put it up and in, pulling her team back within 1. Mia Long at the other end got all the way to the bucket. This one she could not convert, and Coker with yet another rebound. Jackson underneath, shot, good. Shea Jackson gets the bucket, and Coker has their first lead of this game. Mia Long between 2. Shot, no. Rebound, pulled down by Crop. That time Mia Long was just out of control. She's got a little bit too aggressive. 55 seconds, and a foul's going to be called on Arnline. the foul on Arnwine, her first personal foul. And it will send Considine to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Considine at the line to shoot a pair. Coker, who just got their first lead of this game, lead it 21-19 now as Considine makes good on the first. She'll have a second. Considine, second free throw on its way. Shot, good. Considine makes good on both, and Coker leads by 3. Tusculum has led throughout this first quarter, but they trail by 3 with 46 seconds left to play. Long, kick out, Arnwine. She'll fire for 3 and knock it down. 3-point basket by Arnwine. Ties the game at 22 with 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And the pass underneath is out of bounds over the head of everybody. And it'll be Tusculum basketball. So Tusculum will have the basketball with 31.9 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pioneers can virtually take the last shot of this first quarter if they so choose. Mia Long brings it across the timeline. Going to be picked up on the right wing by Stoll. Now dribbles to the top of the circle. 15 seconds on the shot clock, 16 in the quarter. Tied at 22. Long looks like she's going to run this one down. Long with 7 seconds, hands it off to Lovely Locklear. Locklear with 3, Sutton with 4. Sutton somehow got it to go off the glass as the first quarter comes to an end. Sutton thought the shot clock was about to expire. She shot it with 3 seconds on the shot clock. It was ugly, but it went in. Pioneers lead after 1. Your score, Tusculum 24, Coker 22. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who help you get there. At Ingalls, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take it for a spin. Are you serious?
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Pioneers lead by 2, 24-22. As we start this second quarter, Pioneers shot 45% from the floor in that first quarter as they were 9 of 20. Coker was 7 of 17. Pioneers turned it over 7 times in that first quarter. Long went for the steal there, didn't get it on Considine. Considine looking underneath for nobody in particular, out of bounds. And Pioneers will have the basketball. Lincoln Memorial leads 14th ranked Wingate 21-19 with 6:24 left to play second quarter. And Mars Hill trails Lenore Ryan 32-23 in that game. Arnwine with the basketball at the top of the circle for the Pioneers. Goes right wing to Lovely Locklear. Screen from Sutton. Locklear picks up her dribble in the lane. Out to Casey Johnson. She will drive. Floater off the glass. No. Rebound tipped. And Shay Jackson has yet another rebound for the Coker Cobras. Jackson, who picks up just her 3rd rebound of this game. Could have fooled me. I thought she had about 25 at this point. Loose ball in the lane. Picked up and put in. Aaron Hauser picks up the loose ball and just puts it up and in for Coker. Ties the game at 24. 9 minutes left to play second quarter. Mia Long with the basketball at the top for Tusculum as Arnwine gets it on the left wing. Sutton, lob pass inside Johnson. And I'm not sure what we were doing there, as the lob was a little short, and Johnson kind of spiked it out of bounds. It all results in Coker having the basketball on another turnover from Tusculum. Considine with the basketball, loses the handle in the lane, and Lovely Locklear picks it up and takes it away. Lovely Locklear back the other way. A 5-on-4 for the Pioneers. Locklear gives it right back to Considine. The foul's going to be called on Lovely Locklear as Considine took it back away from Locklear, and Locklear picks up her first personal. First team foul on the Pioneers of this second quarter. Pretty good sign it was a bad call when the head coach of Coker was scolding Considine for what she did. But Coker will have the basketball as the foul was called on the Pioneers. Considine in the corner. 3, no. Rebound, Sutton. Outlet feed to Mia Long. Pioneers look to run. Lob pass Casey Johnson to the hole. And a foul going to be called from behind on Considine. And Casey Johnson will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. So Considine got away with one a moment ago. This time she did not. She'll pick up her second personal. And Casey Johnson will be at the free throw line to shoot a pair for the Pioneers and try to give the Pioneers the lead back. Johnson, who has 4 points in the game. She had the first 3 points of the game for the Pioneers, and she makes good on the first free throw. Kubidine back into the game for the Pioneers, as out will come Lovely Locklear. And the foul on Considine is actually her third, beg your pardon, and the first team foul on Coker. Patton and Patterson back into the game for the Pioneers, as out will come Casey Johnson and Arnwine. 26-24 the score. Tusculum with the lead. 8:19 to play second quarter. Into the front court comes Stool. All the way to the hole. Put it up and in. Timeout, Tusculum. We head to a break. 8:10 left to play second quarter. Tusculum 26, Coker 26. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
You got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Tusculum.
Sports Network. Pioneer Basketball. Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, Justin Jeffrey.
Pioneer basketball coming out of the timeout as Tusculum just let Hannah Stool drive all the way to the bucket and lay it up and in, and head coach Devin Carter did not like what he saw in that defensive effort from the Pioneers. Tusculum comes out of the timeout. Patton at the free throw line, hands it off to Patterson at the top. Dribbles over on the left wing, now needs help and throws it away. Tipped and taken away by Arisha Cooper. Cooper at the other end, pull up, off the glass, puts it up and in. Cooper with the steal and the bucket, and Coker reclaims the lead 28-26, and a reach-in foul is going to be called at the other end on Erin Hauser as she reaches in on Mia Long. That'll be her first, just the team's second of this second quarter. And the Pioneers will inbound side front court with a fresh 30-second clock. 7:43 left to play second quarter. Pioneers trail 28-26. Long, guarded by Stool on the right wing. Now to Patterson on the left wing. Patterson looks to drive, kicks it off to Kubidon. Kubidon drives in, kicked it out to Patterson, screen from Patton. Patton off the roll, couldn't get it. Now Long on the right side, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Long picks up her dribble. Sutton at the top. She'll drive with 5 seconds and lose the basketball as it's taken away by Coker, but they throw it right into the hands of Kubidon, and the Pioneers come back the other way. Another chance for the Pioneers. Long to the hole, puts it up and in. Well, Coker had stopped Long momentarily, but Long with the driving layup gets her 11th point of the game. And a hustle play from Patterson nearly gets the basketball back to the Pioneers as she tips it out of bounds. As back into the game comes Elizabeth Kincaid, as out goes Hannah Stuhl. And inbounding right in front of the Pioneer bench will be Haley Kropp, who averages 11.6 points per game, coming off a 26-point performance. Coker with the basketball. Left wing feed goes to Kincaid. She'll fire for three and knocks it down, and Coker leads by their largest margin with the three-pointer. 31-28 the score. 6:40 left to play second quarter. Sutton holds the basketball high on the right wing for the Pioneers. Now to Patton at the top. Hands it off to Kubidon. Left wing Patterson. She'll fire for three. Back iron, no. Rebound tipped, and Long will chase it down near the timeline. And the Pioneers will reset with a fresh 30-second clock. 6:20 to play in the quarter. Long to Patterson. Head fake from three. Now goes into Sutton. Double team trap comes. Kick out Patterson. Wide open three on its way and in. 3-point basket by Callie Patterson off the Sutton feed as Sutton backed her way down, drew the double team, and found the wide open Patterson. Good play, Pioneers. Floater on the inside is up and in from Aaron Hauser at the other end, and Coker reclaims the lead 33-31. Pioneers tied it on the Patterson three. Long drives, shoots, shot rolls, no. Rebound pulled down by Coker. Tusculum gets beat back. Wide open at the other end is Kropp. And Sutton recovers and blocks it out of bounds. Arnwine up off the bench, back into the game for Tusculum. As Mia Long will come out. Long comes out with 11 points. And Coker will inbound with McFarland underneath their own bucket. Wide open, Kropp for three. Got another one. 3-point basket from Haley Kropp. She's got back-to-back threes. And Coker leads 36-31. Lovely Locklear up off the bench. Set a check back into the game for the Pioneers. Arnwine gets a screen. Hands it off to Kubidon. Now off the top, Patton. Lob pass inside. Sutton on a backdoor lob. Got it to go. Sutton on the lob from Patton. Gets the bucket, and the Pioneers pull back within three, 36-33. Steal by Patterson. Tipped away. And it'll be Pioneer basketball as Patterson tipped it away from Coker. Kincaid tipped it away from Patterson, and the Pioneers will retain possession as Lovely Locklear checks in as Patterson will come out. 5:08 left to play second quarter. Pioneers trail 36-33. Arnwine gets a screen from Sutton. Hands it off to Kubidon left wing, and a offensive foul is going to be called on Arnwine. That'll be her second. It's the team's second, and Shay Jackson, the rebounding machine for Coker, will be back into the game. For Coker, Mia Long will be back into the game for the Pioneers as Arnwine comes out. Shay Jackson with the basketball in backcourt, working on Patton. Don't see that very often. The two bigs are in backcourt, and they'll just let Jackson work her way into the front court. Dribbled it off her own foot, double team trap, and the Pioneers tip it away with 17 seconds on the shot clock. Hires back into the game for Coker as McFarland goes out. Kropp will inbound, side front court with 17 seconds on the shot clock for the Cobras. Lob pass inside Jackson, out of bounds, off the hands of Patton, and Coker will inbound underneath their own bucket now with 16 seconds on the shot clock. 4:48 to play in the quarter. Coker has a 3-point lead. Hires to get it in. An offensive foul is going to be called on the inbound, going against Arisha Cooper. The foul on Cooper will be her third, so now you have Cooper with three, and Considine with 3, both starters for Coker. It's the third team foul on the Cobras, and the Pioneers bring it into the front court with Mia Long. Long, left wing feed to Lovely Locklear. Gets a screen from Patton, dribbles to the free throw line. Kubidon dribbles to the top. Another screen from Patton. Kubidon sets up for a 3 from the top. Side iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Coker's Hires. Coker, Hires, outlet feed, Shea Jackson. Long comes out to defend Jackson. Long all over Jackson. 5-second count is on, and a 5-second violation is going to be called on Shea Jackson. And the Pioneers will get the basketball on the turnover. Jackson had a face full of Mia Long. Sydney Wilson, Casey Johnson into the game for the Pioneers. As Sutton and Lovely Locklear will come out. And the Pioneers will have the basketball down by 3 with 4:15 left to play, second quarter. Casey Johnson gets it into Mia Long, backcourt. Long dribbles on the right wing, hands it off to Kubidon. Quick first step, Kubidon on the drive, all the way to the hoop, puts it off the glass and in. Yalizma Kubidon still by Mia Long, and she draws the foul. Kubidon with the bucket. Long steals the inbounds and earns a trip to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul on Hannah Stool, that'll be her first. It's foul number 4 on Coker. And the Pioneers will send Mia Long to the line with a chance to reclaim the lead. Mia Long with 11 points in this game. She's 1 for 1 from the free throw line, and her first free throw is good. Ties the game at 36. Heck of a first half for Mia Long. Long back at the line to shoot her second. That one rolls off no, and the rebound's pulled down by Coker. Tied at 36 with 3:55 left to play, second quarter. With the basketball at the top is Hires. Hands it off to Jackson on the right wing. Jackson looks to drive on Patton. To the hole. Shot no. Rebound tipped by Sydney Wilson into the hands of Casey Johnson. Long looks to run. Will take it all the way and put it off the glass and in. Mia Long with the driving bucket. She now has 14, and the Pioneers have reclaimed the lead, 38-36. Stool drives. Charge. Pioneer basketball. Hannah Stool on the drive, gets whistled for the charge. That's her second personal. It's the team's 5th, and the Pioneers will have the basketball back. Trey Johnson back into the game for Coker, the 6'1 sophomore. And the Pioneers will have the basketball back, leading by 2 with 3:19 left to play, second quarter. Arnwine came all the way near midcourt celebrating. Long drives. She's got another one. Mia Long with the driving bucket. She now has 16 points, and the Pioneers lead 40-36. And Mia Long all over Hires on the right wing. Pass goes to Kropp. Gets a screen. She'll fire for another 3. In, out, no. Rebound pulled down by Casey Johnson. Mia Long had 23 points against Lincoln Memorial. She's got 16 in the first half of this one. Sydney Wilson, she'll fire for 3. Back iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Coker. Kincaid pulls down the rebound. Stool now has it left wing. Mia Long comes out to defend. Gets a screen to Stool. Now she'll drive. Kicks it into the deep right corner. Hires, guarded by Kubidon. Lob pass inside over the head of Patton. Controlling it is Johnson. Too far underneath the bucket. Now 5 seconds on the shot clock. Kincaid will fire for 3. That one's no good. And the rebound's pulled down by Stool, and Coker will get a second chance opportunity and a fresh 30-second clock. Trey Johnson. Left wing feed goes to Kropp. Kropp guarded by Sydney Wilson. Nearly dribbled it out of bounds. Kubidon stole it. Saved it. Kropp got away with a push-off, knocking down Sydney Wilson, and then had a free lane all the way to the bucket and put it up and in. That push-off could not have been more obvious, and Kropp got away with it and got the easy layup. And Mia Long is going to be tied up for the jump ball, and the Pioneers will keep possession of the basketball as Patterson checks in, and Mia Long will come out for a breather with 1:33 left to play, second quarter. 40-38 the score. Casey Johnson gets it in to Callie Patterson. Patterson picks up her dribble, goes to Kubidon left wing. She'll drive on Stool, kick out to Sydney Wilson. Wilson, jumper, no, and a foul going to be called, and will send Sydney Wilson to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul going to be called on Haley Kropp. That'll be her first. It's the team's 6th on Coker. And Sydney Wilson will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Wilson, who in the game, is 0 for 2 from 3. Makes good on her first free throw. Sutton into the game for the Pioneers as Patton will come out. And Sydney Wilson will be back to the line to shoot her second, with her team leading 41-38. Wilson's second free throw is up and in. Sydney Wilson makes good on both. Pioneers lead 42-38. Stool into the front court. Sydney Wilson giving chase. Stool underneath Trey Johnson. Layup, short-armed it. Rebound, Maddie Sutton. Sutton gets rid of it to Patterson. Outlet feed to Sydney Wilson. Wilson, head fake, drive, shoot, shot, and a foul going to be on the floor, and that'll send Sydney Wilson back to the free throw line. So Sydney Wilson will go right back to where she just came from. And where she just came from, she made 2 in a row. And she'll be back to the stripe, looking for 2 more. Sydney Wilson, free throw is good. Kendra Lambert into the game for the first time, a 5'7" senior out of Palmyra, Indiana. As Kropp comes out, Lovely Locklear up off the bench, set to check back into the game for the Pioneers with 1:05 left to play second quarter. Wilson, free throw, good. Sydney Wilson makes good on both. She's got 4 straight points, all at the free throw line, and the Pioneers lead by 6. They've trailed by as many as 3 in this second quarter, but they lead 44-38 with 1:05 left to play second quarter. Stool throws it away, taken away by Kubidon of the Pioneers. Full court pressure forces another turnover. Press you, as head coach Devin Carter's been calling his Pioneer women's team as of late, and Maddie Sutton will be to the free throw line as another foul called on Coker. This one on Hires. It'll be her second. Check that. That was 2 fours, not 1. That's Trey Johnson, not Hires. And it's Johnson's first. And Maddie Sutton at the line, shooting 2. Sutton, free throw, good. Maddie now has 7 points, and her team leads by 7. Shea Jackson back in the game for Coker, replacing Trey Johnson. And Maddie Sutton back at the line to shoot her second. Sutton, free throw, in, out, no. Rebound, pulled down by Shea Jackson. Outlet feed, Stool, pull up. Air ball, and then a foul. And Sydney Wilson will walk to the other end and shoot 2 more. This one on Hannah Stoll. Now that's her third, so you have 3 of the 5 Coker starters with 3 first-half fouls. Hannah Stoll with 3, Considine with 3, and Cooper with 3. And Sydney Wilson at the line, shooting 2. Pioneers lead by 7. Sydney Wilson with 6 points, 4 of which... Check that. She has 4 points. All 4 have come at the free throw line. Sid, free throw is good. Wingate has come back and taken the lead on LMU at halftime by 1. 14th ranked Wingate 34, Lincoln Memorial 33. Your other undefeated team in the conference, Carson Newman, ranked 6th in the country. They're all over Queens at halftime, 50-26. Sydney Wilson, free throw, rolls in, out, no. 46-38 as Coker comes away with the rebound. Kubidon went for the steal and chased the basketball into the third row. Sydney Schull will inbound side front court with 41.8 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Schull gets it in to McFarland, working on Lovely Locklear. Lost the handle, now drives baseline and kicks it to Jim Miller. And if you know anything about Jim Miller, he works in the sports information department. He is not an eligible player for Coker. So that is a turnover on the Cobras. And the Pioneers will have the basketball back. 46-38. Pioneers with the lead and the basketball. 4-second differential between shot clock and game clock here in this second quarter. So the Pioneers more than likely will milk it as far down as they can, as Lovely Locklear has the basketball at the top of the Pioneers. Right wing feed, Kubidon. Kubidon on the drive, all the way to the hole, put it up and in. Kubidon dribbled right by her defender and put it up and in. Coker inbounds with 4 seconds. Coker at his buzzer, can't get a shot off thanks to Maddie Sutton. Pioneers trailed by as many as 3, but they head to the halftime locker room with a 10-point lead. Your score at halftime, Tusculum 48, Coker 38. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County, you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
Joined by Pioneer coach Nick Pasqua, who I guess for formality purposes picked up his first ever conference win Saturday. Miss it. I don't miss many games, and if I do have to miss anything, usually I'm frantically following, and I couldn't get away with that with where I was Saturday. So, I had a chance to kind of listen in and tune in to Jim. I know for us, we're going to be successful when we're shooting at a high percentage, but are we shooting at a high percentage because we were doing the things we need to do defensively to get shots?
We were much better defensively Saturday against Catawba. We matched up. We made them take challenge twos. They shot a poor percentage from 3. One thing we struggled with still was offensive rebound or defensive rebound. They had 20 offensive rebounds against us, which we just can't do that. But we were getting stops and pushing it, and we even pushed it hard on when they did score against us. We were getting transition threes and rim runs, and the point guard was pushing it hard every time and flattening out the defense. Then we stuck pretty much that first half. We had 3 turnovers, I think, and shared the ball. I think we had three turnovers, 12 assists at the break, and so we were sharing the ball. We were making simple plays, and things were pretty good. Then they came out and made a run to start the half, and we withstood it, came back and made our own run, which was something we probably wouldn't have done a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And then we started executing again and getting layups and easy shots and found a way to win.
The game was a game of runs, I think. One team would kind of get that lead, and another team would kind of battle back and kind of get back into it. Product of missing shots for us, or product of not executing the offense?
We missed some open shots. When we came out of the half, we had 2 turnovers in the middle of the floor that led to dunks that got them going. and they were much more physical. They pressured the ball more, and we struggled a little bit with that. But then once we started taking care of the ball and executing, their run pretty much ended, and we were able to execute and score, and then get stops as well.
Jamil Taylor comes back too. That always helps their
Morrison and Taylor both were back. They missed the last game, and Taylor had missed the last 5. But I was glad they were back in a way. I wanted our guys to go against it and see that they can compete in the league.
And they did, and they get that win. That's got to build some confidence. I know today it's a Coker team that always up and down. That they got 24, 25, 26 guys, but I know that he's kind of settled into some type of a rotation. Dante Samuels, I know what he's going to give you. Last year I was upset because he got hurt, and it meant he's going to come back for another year.
Right.
What does he give this Coker team that they missed from a year ago?
Well, I didn't see him play at all last year, but this year they're good. I mean, they play hard. They're going to pressure you 94 feet. They want to play fast. They want to push it, so I expect it to be a very up-tempo game both ways. But Samuel's good. He's strong. He's a load inside. He's not real tall, but he's physical. He's a good 15-foot shooter. We got to, in our zone tonight, we got to be wary of that and make him shoot over top of us. But he's good. I mean, he leads them in scoring, leads them in rebounding, and we got to do the job on him tonight.
Last year, Lemke, it doesn't look like he's been used a whole lot this year. At least his minutes are way down from where they were a year ago. It just really hurt us because of his length and his size. Can they go big, and can they be difficult for us to deal with tonight?
They can. They'll go sometimes, and when he's in, sometimes they'll even put 5 out there against his own and really try to spread you out and then just go offensive rebound on it. One thing we got to do tonight, if we can defensive rebound, we'll be able to push it and get easy shots on the other end. I think that's one area they struggle at is defensive transition. So we got to take advantage of that. Toby's out tonight. He's not going to play. He's got a rib issue, and we're down Jackie too. So we've been hit a little bit by the injuries here, but I think our guys are believing a lot more in what we're trying to get them to do, and it's just kind of the next guy up. So we'll play. Hopefully we'll play hard. It's time to win here at home, and I told them we got before the Catawba game. I told them, I said, we got a 4-game season. We got 4 games left before the break. And I said we need to try to get all 4 of them. That gets us back to 500, gets us to 3-2 in the league, and so we're 1-0 right now in that 4-game stretch, and hopefully we can make it 2-0 tonight.
All right, a little bit on Coker because I don't know much about him. Khalil Halls, he's a freshman. He comes in first 4 games, 20.2, something like that. Jake Barrett knew what he gives them as that guy around the perimeter. But how does Khalil Halls make them go?
And he'll shoot it from that R right there in Pioneers. They all the 3 guards they start. They're going to put it up from deep. They're not shooting great percentages, but that does not slow them down at all. Like against Carson Newman Saturday, who plays similar to us defensively. They play a lot of zone, and they made tough, deep NBA range threes with a hand up, and you just got to be thinking, man. So we got to guard the 3-point line tonight. But then they're also very athletic and can put it on the floor and get to the paint and make plays. So it's a challenge to take away the 3, but stay in the stance and guard them and keep them out of the paint and not foul. So we got our hands full.
All right, somewhat redundant. Something's got to give tonight. They haven't won on the road. We haven't won here at home. Something's going to give. So in order for us to get that home win, what do we need to do?
Well, we got to rebound. Defensively, we got to rebound. We cannot give up 20 offensive rebounds again. If we can rebound, we can push it, hopefully get some stuff in transition. It's going to be, I think it'll probably be similar to the game of Catawba. It's going to be a game of runs. We cannot let them just take uncontested threes. I think our defensive effort is much improved. Holding Catawba to 73, Queens to 77. I see some improvement there. We're starting to match up more. We're starting to understand some of the rotations better. So we've got to guard. I think if we can guard them and then handle their pressure, they're going to get on the ball. They're going to deny it hard. They don't do a whole lot of trapping in the backcourt. When they see an opportunity, they will, but they're just trying to make it really hard on you to get it in. If we can get it in and push it by that, I think we'll have a chance to, and then we got to make shots. So I think the open shots will be there. Whether we make them or not, we'll find out.
We will. Nick, best of luck to you. Congratulations, Saturday.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's Nick Pasqua. The Tusculum Pioneers get set to take on the Coker Cobras, wrapping up a 3-game road swing, doing the East Tennessee thing. Carson Newman this earlier, and now Tusculum here tonight. We're back with more after this. As you listen to Pioneer Basketball at the half, it's Tusculum 48, Coker 38. Pioneer Basketball continues here on the Pioneer Sports Network.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you freely.
And without it, you can't have sex.
And neither can I. It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
Consent. If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us.
It's on us.
It's on us.
It's on us.
It's on us. It's on all of us.
It's on us to stop sexual assault. Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself. They offer your choice of soft cloth,
Pioneer Sports Network, brought to you by Greenville Federal Bank, the Red, White, and Blue American Postcard Market, Rockland Hospital, Watch Depot, Hometown Realty in Austin, and by your Greenville Lightning Power System. And now, for the call, Justin Jeffers.
Coker with the basketball to start the second half, but Matoria Patton with the steal for the Pioneers. Sydney Wilson with the jump from the free throw line is no good. Coker gets the rebound and brings it back the other way. Playing with three starters with 3 fouls are the Coker Cobras as the Pioneers lead by 10. Driving underneath Hauser, lost the handle, back to the free throw line, and Considine, her free throw jumper's no good, and the rebound pulled down by Cooper. Left wing feed goes to Kropp. She'll fire for another 3. That one's off the mark, and a great box out by Kubidon of the Pioneers. Comes away with the rebound for Tusculum. Mia Long lost the handle. She had a wide open lane but lost the handle, and the Pioneers will have to reset as Long with 16 first half points for the Pioneers. Wilson for 3. Back iron, no. Rebound Patton, and the Pioneers will reset with Matoria Patton as she goes to the top and Mia Long. Long gets a screen from Patton. Gets cut off by Stoll. Into the deep left corner to Kubidon. Picks up the dribble. Now to the top and Sydney Wilson. Wilson asks for a screen from Casey Johnson. Gets it tipped away into the hands of Kubidon. Casey Johnson will fire for 3 and knock it down. 3-point basket, Casey Johnson. And the Pioneers strike first to start the second half and lead it 51-38. The Pioneers halfway to a trip to Luke's Pizza. I'll explain that one later. Driving, Considine. Shot, no. Rebound tipped, out of bounds, and back over to the Pioneers. 8:09 left to play in the third quarter, and the Pioneers lead it 51-38. Mia Long brings it across the timeline. Gets a screen from Patton. Looks to drive. Gets double teamed in the lane. Dribbles through anyway. Puts it off the glass too strong. Rebound Patton. Put back no. Rebound pulled down by Coker. Great effort from Long and Patton. Cooper comes away with a rebound for Coker. 51-38 the score. Considine dribbles on the right wing. Hits a screen. Now pulls up. Pick and roll. And on the kick out, it's tipped out of bounds by Kubidon with 14 seconds on the shot clock. As Coker will inbound on the baseline. 14 seconds on the shot clock, 7:37 to play in the third quarter. Inbounds feed goes to Kropp. Sydney Wilson comes out to defend. Kropp, quick 3 on its way, got it. Kropp with the 3. Pulls Coker back to within 10. Long on the drive, all the way to the hoop. No, another rebound. Patton, put back, no. Rebound, Casey Johnson. She'll go up strong and put it up and in. Casey Johnson with 5 second half points. And the Pioneers lead 53-41. And quickly up off the bench is Shea Jackson trying to shut down the Pioneers on the offensive glass. Behind the back dribble, Considine. Pull up jumper, no. Rebound, Patton. Patton has been all over the glass to start this second half for the Pioneers. Tusculum with Mia Long to Sydney Wilson. Head fake, drive, pull up from the free throw line, rolls off, no. Rebound, guess who? Matoria Patton had it tipped away from behind, and they'll say it was off of Matoria Patton. And Coker will have the basketball. Sutton went by so fast she made my water bottle move just with the wind off her sprint. She checks in as Patton will come out for the Pioneers. Patton with 7 rebounds in the game for the Pioneers. Sutton goes for the steal, collides with Kropp. Loose ball picked up by Mia Long. Pioneers come up with a loose ball. Long to the hole, put it up short, no. And a foul going to be called from behind, and Mia Long will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair, as the foul will go on Caitlin Considine, and that is her 4th personal foul. And Mia Long will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. 16 first half points. And her team leads 53-41. Mia Long, free throw is up and in. Into the game returns Sydney Schul for Coker, as out goes Considine with 4 personal fouls. And Mia Long back to the line in search of her 18th point of the game. Long, free throw is up and in. Mia Long has 18. She's now 4 of 5 from the free throw line, and the Pioneers lead 55-41. Trap in backcourt. Now Shea Jackson will drive on Sutton, put it up off the glass and in. Tell you what, Shea Jackson is a wide body at 5'10", but she can dribble with the basketball. Mia Long had her shot blocked by Jackson, but got it back, and the Pioneers will reset with 17 seconds on the shot clock. Long hands it off to Kubidon at the top to Sydney Wilson. She'll fire for 3 and knock it down. 3-point basket, Sydney Wilson. And the Pioneers push their lead to 15, 58-43 now the score. On the Sydney Wilson 3, Jackson, pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Back iron, no. Rebound battle for, tipped right into the hands of Kropp. Her turnaround is no good. And then a foul going to be called on the floor on the Pioneers' Maddie Sutton. Head coach Devin Carter yells, Maddie. Maddie looks at Devin Carter and says, I know. It's the unspoken language of player and coach. 58-43 the score. Pioneers with the lead. The inbound is tipped out of bounds by Kubidon. And Lovely Locklear up off the bench near to the game for the Pioneers. Near to the game for Coker comes Elizabeth Kincaid. Mia Long and her 18 points come out of the game for the Pioneers. And Coker trying to get the ball in, and does on the low block. Hauser inbound, shot no. Rebound pulled down by Maddie Sutton. Sutton gives it off to Lovely Locklear, and the Pioneers come back the other way with a 15-point lead. Locklear picked up at the top by Kincaid. Gets a screen from Maddie Sutton, goes the other way, all the way to the hoop. Shot no. Rebound pulled down by Elizabeth Kincaid. Scholl brings it back the other way for Coker. Dribbles on the right wing, right in front of her head coach. Scholl picks up her dribble, goes right wing to Shea Jackson. Jackson in the lane, rolls no. Rebound tipped. Battle for underneath. Rebound put back, put up and in by Aaron Hauser. Coker is working that offensive glass with Shea Jackson and Aaron Hauser underneath. Lovely Locklear to Maddie Sutton at the top of the circle. Jackson comes out to defend. Kubidon passes up the shot, goes to Sutton, who will drive all the way to the hoop. Shot rolls good. Maddie Sutton with the driving layup. Sutton now with 9, and the Pioneers lead by 15 once again, 60-45, and Lovely Locklear is going to be whistled for the reach-in. The foul going to be called on Lovely Locklear. That'll be her second. It's the team's first, and we've reached a media timeout. We head to a break with your score. Tusculum 60, Coker 45. This is Lady Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
And without it, you can't have sex.
And neither can I. It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
Consent. If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us.
It's on us.
It's on us.
It's on us.
It's on us. It's on all of us.
It's on us to stop sexual assault. Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Pioneer Sports Network.
Pioneer Basketball.
Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, Justin Jeffers.
Coker basketball coming out of the media timeout. 4:31 to play, third quarter. Pioneers lead by 15. Shea Jackson gets the basketball. Backdoor cut, shot no good on the cut from Sidney Schull, and Casey Johnson pulls down the rebound for the Pioneers. Lovely Locklear ahead to Kubidon and had a wide-open Maddie Sutton underneath, but dribbled the basketball off of her own foot and out of bounds, and the Pioneers turn it over to Coker. Missed opportunity there for Tusculum with 4:16 left to play in the third. And a long inbounds pass is out of the reach of Schull and into the hands of Sidney Wilson. Kubidon on the drive. Kick out. Lovely Locklear for three. Got it to go. Three-point basket. Lovely Locklear. And the Pioneers push their lead to 18 points, 63-45. 4 minutes left to play, third quarter. In backcourt, Elizabeth Kincaid. Escorted by Lovely Locklear into the front court. Pull-up jumper, rolls, no. Rebound, Maddie Sutton. Pioneers with the basketball as they cleared ahead to Lovely Locklear. Seventh rebound of the game for Maddie Sutton to go along with her 9 points. Kubidon drives. Kick out. Sutton to Wilson for three. Side iron, no. Rebound, Sutton. And her outlet pass tipped and taken away by Elizabeth Kincaid. Ahead to Kropp. Through the lane. To the hole. Put it up, no. Rebound tipped around and pulled down by Casey Johnson of Tusculum as the game is now at a frantic pace. And head coach Devin Carter says, hold up. And sets the Pioneers up in a half-court offense. Pioneers with Sidney Wilson on the right wing. Entry pass looking for Kubidon. Tipped and taken away by Coker. Elizabeth Kincaid into the front court. Picked up by Lovely Locklear in the right wing. Locklear fights off of a screen. Now Jackson will drive. And a delayed whistle and a foul to be called on the Pioneers. And it's going to go on Maddie Sutton. Arnwine, along with Patterson, into the game for the Pioneers. The foul on Sutton will be her third personal, and that will get Patton up off the bench for the Pioneers. Second makes that third team foul on Tusculum, so Maddie Sutton will come out. 9 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 personal fouls on Maddie Sutton. Coker to inbound underneath their own bucket. They get it into Kropp. Kropp drives past Arnwine, count it and one. The foul going to go against Arnwine. Jayla Arnwine picks up her third personal. And Kropp will be to the free throw line trying to complete the three-point play. Again, fresh off a 26-point performance against top 10 Carson Newman. And Kropp with 10 points will be at the line looking for one more. Arnwine comes out as Lovely Locklear checks back in with 2:56 left to play in the third. Kropp, free throw, good. Kropp has 11, right on her season average of 11.6. And the Pioneers have the basketball with a 15-point lead. Lovely Locklear gets a screen from Patton, drives the lane, floater nowhere near. Rebound pulled down by Coker's Stool. Stool, outlet feed, Kropp, turns on Casey Johnson, drives. And an anticipation foul is going to be called on Casey Johnson. The whistle blew before there was any contact made by Casey Johnson, but it'll be her second personal nonetheless. And the fourth team foul called on the Pioneers. Check that, fifth team foul called on the Pioneers. Losing count, they're happening so fast. And Kropp will be at the line, shooting two. Free throw, back iron, no good. 63-48 with 2:39 left to play in the third quarter. Kropp with 11 points. 2 of 5 from 3 and 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Now 1 of 2. Kropp free throw, good. Kropp makes good on 1 of 2, cuts it to a 14-point lead for the Pioneers, who will bring it into the front court with Callie Patterson. Patterson signaling out the play, now goes right wing to Lovely Locklear. Kubidon flashes through instead of the top and Patton. Johnson back to Lovely Locklear. Locklear hands it off to Callie Patterson. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Patterson drives, kick out Kubidon, wide open three, good. Yalizma Kubidon knocks down the three, and the Pioneers push their lead back to 17. And Sidney Wilson doing some sort of fancy celebration on the bench that I don't have a clue what they were doing, but it looked fancy. This team has fun, there's no doubt about that. Trey Johnson with the 2 points from in front. Got it in the lane and put it up and in. 66-51 now the score as the pass tipped out of bounds by Coker. And the Pioneers will inbound side front court with Casey Johnson with 24 seconds on the shot clock, a minute 49 to play in the quarter. Johnson gets it into Lovely Locklear. A minute 45 now to play in the third. Kubidon drives all the way to the hoop, puts it up and in. Yelizma Kubidon with the driving bucket. She's got the last 5 for the Pioneers. And Tusculum leads by 17 once again. McFarland near to the front court. Double team trap comes at the timeline. And a foul is going to be called on Tusculum as Alani McFarland's momentum took her to the floor. And Tusculum's going to be whistled for the foul. The foul on Kubidon is her first. It's the team's 6th of the quarter. And McFarland will be at the line to shoot a pair. And the first free throw is up and in. The fouls are 6-1 here in the third quarter if you're keeping score of such things, which I do when they're, there's that much of a disparity. Not to insinuate anything, but you get where I'm going with that. Free throw is up and in for McFarland. She makes good on both and pulls Coker back to within 15, 68-53. Patterson. Casey Johnson picks up her third personal foul on an illegal screen. Fouls are 7-1. 68-53. Driving reverse layup, no good. Underneath. And the rebound is out of bounds. Off of Tusculum, and Coker will inbound underneath their own bucket with a minute 10 left to play in the third quarter. Pioneers holding on to a 15-point lead here in this third. As again, Casey Johnson just picked up her third personal. Step back three on its way, nowhere near from Haley Kropp. And a foul's going to be called underneath on Coker on the rebound. As it'll go against Trey Johnson. It's her second and the team's second of this third quarter. Inside a minute left to play in the third. Patterson to Patton at the free throw line. Casey Johnson hands it off to Kubidon. Kubidon on the drive. Left wing feed goes to Lovely Locklear. Nice backdoor look to Patton, who put it up. No. Rebound Locklear goes back up with it. No, but a foul. What a backdoor look from Lovely Locklear to Matoria Patton. And the Pioneers will send Lovely Locklear to the free throw line to shoot a pair as the foul goes on Alani McFarland, her first, and the team's third. Lovely Locklear at the line to shoot a pair with 43.1 seconds left to play in the third. And the first free throw is up and in. Into the game for Coker comes Elizabeth Kincaid along with Sydney Schul. As out goes Stuhl and Kropp. Lovely Locklear back to the line to shoot her second. With 43.1 seconds left to play in the third, Pioneers' lead is now 70-53 as Locklear makes good on both. Coker with the basketball, McFarland in backcourt. Lobs it across the timeline. Backdoor look to Stuhl, underneath to Johnson, who puts it up and in. So Coker answers at the other end. The Pioneers come into the front court with 30 seconds left to play. Patterson, pull-up jumper from the free throw line is up and in. Patterson knocks down the jumper. 72-55 now the score. 20 seconds left to play in the quarter. With the basketball, Elizabeth Kincaid. Kubidon on the right wing. Kincaid on the drive. Kick out to the top and Trey Johnson. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson, nice backdoor look, and Kincaid McFarland puts it up and in, and the third quarter comes to an end. Pioneers head to the fourth quarter with the lead. We've played 3. Your score, Tusculum 72, Coker 57. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
Got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus? What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Justin Jeffers.
Pioneers 10 minutes away from a victory as they'll have the basketball to start this fourth quarter, leading 72-57. Pioneers with Mia Long back in the game with 18 points, and the Pioneers turn it over. Stolen away by Sydney Schull. Schull underneath, shot, no from McFarland, and the Pioneers come away with the rebound. Mia Long into the front court. Sydney Wilson with a head fake from 3. Nice look underneath Patton and a jump ball as Patton is tied up on her way up, and Coker will have the basketball on the alternate arrow. So Coker will have it with 9:38 to play in the game, trailing by 15 points. 72-57 the score. McFarland brings it across the timeline, picked up by Mia Long. Screen at the top from Trey Johnson. McFarland goes to the top, and Cooper. Lob pass inside Johnson, pulled it down, and a traveling violation is going to be called on Trey Johnson. So the Pioneers will have the basketball back on the turnover. Upset alert in Harrogate, Tennessee. 5:20 left to play in the fourth quarter. Lincoln Memorial leads undefeated and fourth-ranked Wingate 55-52. And a foul is going to be called on the Coker Cobras. Going on Sydney Schull. That'll be her first. It's the first team foul on Coker of the fourth quarter. Line change here into the game for Coker. A fresh 5 into the game. And it's ironically their starting 5. Who would have thunk it? Sydney Wilson, jumper from the top is good. Sydney Wilson comes off the screen on the inbounds play. It's a 2 as she was about 6 inches inside the three-point line. The Pioneers lead by 17, 74-57. Shay Johnson driving the length of the floor. Layup, no. One-on-one, Lovely Locklear to the hoop. Floater, strong, no. Rebound pulled down by Coker's Hannah Stool. Stool looks to run to the other end, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on the Pioneers. As reaching in from behind was Lovely Locklear. That'll be her third. And Coker will inbound underneath her own bucket as it's the first team foul called on the Pioneers of the fourth quarter. 74-57 the score as Hannah Stool will get it in for the Coker Cobras. Gets it into the left corner to Kropp. Kropp working on Sydney Wilson. Kropp kicks it to Jackson, who will fire and knock it down. Shay Jackson, the 5'10 wide body, can play away from the bucket. Lovely Locklear looking for the answer from 3. It's no good. Rebound by Matoria Patton. Outside to Wilson. Extra pass, Casey Johnson for 3. Three-point basket, Casey Johnson. Great ball movement by the Pioneers. All started with an offensive rebound from Matoria Patton. And Maddie Sutton's doing her special celebration again. I'm telling you, it's great to watch these girls have fun. This team is close this season. 77-60. With 8 minutes left to play in the game. Jackson will drive on Johnson all the way to the hoop, and a foul going to be called on Sutton. Sutton could have taken the charge, but she turned, but her foot may have been inside that arc anyway. As the foul's called on Matoria Patton, her second. It's the team's second. And to the free throw line will be Shea Jackson. 7:52 left to play in the game. Pioneers lead by 17, 77-60. As Shea Jackson at the free throw stripe. First free throw is up and in. Patton comes out as Sutton comes in. And Jackson back to the free throw line. Free throw is good. Into the game for Coker returns Cooper as Shea Jackson comes out. I'd be leaving her in if I was head coach Shannon Johnson. But I'm not head coach Shannon Johnson. I did not play in the WNBA. I was not an All-American at South Carolina, and I am not the head coach of the Coker Cobras. So she probably knows better than I do. Maddie Sutton with the basketball, holding it at the top. Mia Long left wing, entry pass Lovely Locklear. Shot blocked away by Hannah Stuhl and taken away by Coker. What an athletic play from Stuhl. Stuhl, entry pass down low, turn, shoot, shot good. Cooper gets the bucket for the Cobras, and Coker pulls back within 13. Mia Long with the basketball, dribbles it back out for the Pioneers, and will set up the half-court offense, and an offensive foul is going to be called on the Pioneers. The foul on Sydney Wilson will be her third personal. So now you have Maddie Sutton, Arnwine, Johnson, Wilson, and Locklear, all with 3 personal fouls for the Pioneers. With the basketball on the right wing, this is Haley Kropp. Kropp drives on Sydney Wilson, puts it up, no. Rebound Cooper, put back, no, but a foul. The foul will be called on Sydney Wilson, and that will be her 4th personal. Patton up off the bench. Wilson will come out as Kubidon will be into the game for Wilson. Patton will also be into the game for the Pioneers, and Cooper at the line shooting a pair. Cooper, free throw is up and in. Johnson comes out as Patton comes in. Wilson comes out as Kubidon comes in. 77-65 the score. Cooper back at the line to shoot her second, and it's good. 7 minutes left to play in this game. It is now an 11-point advantage for the Pioneers. Mia Long driving the lane. Got out of control, and Coker comes away with the basketball. Outlet feed to Hauser. Inside, taken away by Maddie Sutton. Maddie picks up her dribble and will get it off to Mia Long. And head coach Devin Carter says, we've got the lead. Let's slow it down and set up our half-court offense. Long hands it off to Lovely Locklear. Now Long gets it back on the left wing. Long with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Backdoor cut. Patton to the hole. Short-armed it. And the rebound's pulled down by Cooper. Beautiful look from Long to Patton, but she short-armed it, and Coker comes away with the basketball. Considine. Lob pass on the right wing. This is Kropp. She'll fire for 3. Back iron, no. Rebound, Cooper. Lost it. Scramble for it on the floor. Coker comes away with it. Kropp for another 3. That one's also no good. And this time, Maddie Sutton comes away with it for the Pioneers. Mia Long looks to run. Kick out to Lovely Locklear. She'll drive all the way to the hoop. Lays it up. No. Rebound, Patton. Put back is good. Matoria Patton with a rebound put back for the Pioneers. The score now 79-66 in favor of the Pioneers, with 5:35 left to play in the game. Inside feed, Kropp. Turn, shoot, shot, no. Rebound, Maddie Sutton. 21 seconds to play in Harrogate. LMU leads Wingate 62-61. Again, 21 seconds to play in that one. And a technical foul is going to be called as Maddie Sutton and Aaron Hauser with a confrontation. I did not see exactly what happened until the technical had already been called. as Shea Jackson will be subbed into the game for Coker, as the officials will get together and sort this one out. As a double technical is going to be called on Aaron Hauser. It's 25. Is going to be on Maddie Sutton and Aaron Hauser. It's a double technical. For Maddie Sutton, that will be her 4th personal. And as the two come up the floor, as we're looking at the replay here, they go out of the screen and then just kind of start jawing with each other. Double technical is probably the right call. Yeah, I just watched the replay. It was white 25. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Mia Long to get it in for the Pioneers underneath her own bucket. Locklear for 3. Shot, no. Rebound, Maddie Sutton, and a foul is going to be called on the rebound putback on Shea Jackson, excuse me. As Maddie Sutton pulled down the rebound, draws the foul on her way up, and Sutton will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Maddie Sutton with 9 points and 10 rebounds is 1 free throw made away from a double-double in this basketball game. Sutton free throw back iron no good. Pioneers 21 points away from a trip to Luke's Pizza, as their head coach made them a promise. If they get to 100 points, they can go to Luke's. Maddie Sutton misses on both, and Coker comes away with the rebound. Shea Jackson at the other end puts it up, no, and she draws a foul. The foul going to be called on Mia Long. That's her 2nd, and a timeout. No, it's not a timeout. Coach Shannon Johnson just wanted to talk to her team. So Jackson, check that. Yeah, Jackson will be at the free throw line to shoot a pair. Free throw is up and in. Again, the foul was called on Mia Long, her 2nd. Sydney Wilson into the game for the Pioneers. She checks in with 4 personal fouls, as Lovely Locklear will come out. And Shea Jackson at the line. 2nd free throw is in, out, no. Rebound pulled down by Kubinon to the Pioneers. Mia Long brings it into the front court with 5 minutes left to play in the game. Left wing feed. Kubinon will fire for a wide open 3. That one's off the mark. And the rebound's pulled down by Haley Kropp. Kropp will drive all the way to the hoop. Puts it up. Good. Kropp got the roll. Sydney Wilson couldn't do much, as Wilson, playing with 4 personal fouls, didn't want to commit her 5th. 10-point lead now for the Pioneers. Mia Long splits 2, hands it off to Maddie Sutton. Sutton picks up the dribble. Mia Long now with 15 seconds, dribbles in the lane. Long dribbles it back out, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Mia Long on the drive, step through, no, jump ball, the call, and the Pioneers will have the basketball on the alternate arrow, and a timeout. Media timeout. 4:19 left to play in the game. Tusculum 79, Coker 69. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, 1 team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Tusculum College Sports. Once again, Justin Jeffers.
Pioneer basketball inbounding underneath their own bucket with 6 seconds on the shot clock. 4:19 to play in the game. Pioneers lead by 10. Mia Long to get it in. Gets it in to Sydney Wilson with 5. Wilson with 3. Wilson with the floater from the baseline with 2. Shot no. Rebound pulled down by Coker. Caitlin Considine with the rebound. Outlet feed goes to Hannah Stuhl. Stuhl drives baseline. Floater rolls. Good. And Coker has cut it to 8. They've trailed by as many as 17, and they now trail by 8, 79-71. Long to Kubidon on the right wing. Kubidon puts it on the floor with the left hand, hands it off to Sydney Wilson. Wilson gets a screen from Maddie Sutton, who's wide open off the pick and roll. Head fake, shot no to foul. And Maddie Sutton will be to the free throw line to shoot 2 in search of that double-double once again. The foul on Hannah Stuhl, her 4th personal, and both teams will be in the double bonus the rest of the way. Maddie Sutton with the first free throw has now got a double-double in the game. 10 points, 11 rebounds in the game for the freshman, Maddie Sutton. She'll have a second. And in doing so, can push her team's lead back to double digits. Maddie Sutton, free throw on its way. Shot, good. Maddie Sutton makes it on both, and the Pioneers lead 81-71 with 3:45 left to play in the game. With the basketball, Coker with Caitlin Considine. Left wing feed goes to the sharpshooter Haley Kropp, and she'll fire for 3, knock it down. Cannot leave Haley Kropp that wide open. She will make you pay, and she did. Kropp knocked down the 3. It's to cut to a 7-point lead for the Pioneers, 81-74. Kubidon left wing. She'll drive all the way to the hoop. Shot no, but a foul. And Kubidon will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul on Elizabeth Kincaid, her 2nd personal. And Kubidon will toe the stripe, where she's 2 for 2 in this game. Kubidon with a quiet 11 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds in the game. And the first free throw is up and in. It's a final from Harrogate. 14th-ranked Wingate holds off LMU as they evidently hit a buzzer beater because it was tied with 2 seconds left, and Wingate leads 67-64. Second free throw is no good from Kubidon. The Pioneers lead 82-74. Long all over Considine. Considine rolls, picked up by Maddie Sutton, now picks up her dribble. Backdoor cut, Kropp, nice dish underneath. Shot rolls, no. Cooper got a wide open look and could not get it to go. Pioneer basketball with 2:50 left to play in the game. 82-74 the score. Maddie Sutton guarded by Shay Jackson. Sutton left wing to Mia Long. Looking inside, Wilson comes off a screen, now right wing to Kubidon. Turns with 10 seconds. Hands it off to Wilson left wing, into Maddie Sutton. Turns up and under, tough shot, rolls, no. Rebound pulled down by Cooper of Coker, and she throws it away. Coker got the stop and the rebound and threw it away. 2:29 left to play in the game. 82-74 the score. Pioneer basketball. As Mia Long will get the inbounds pass. Gives it off to Sydney Wilson, to Casey Johnson. Swings it left side to Kubidon. Looking inside for Johnson instead of the top and Long. She'll fire for 3. Back iron, no. That was a quick shot and a miss. Not what the Pioneers needed. Lob pass ahead to Considine. Here to the deep right corner, Hauser. She'll drive underneath to Kincaid. Shot no. Rebound, Maddie Sutton. She's got another rebound. And the Pioneers come away with the basketball. 2 minutes left to play in the game. Maddie Sutton now with 11 points and 12 rebounds, and she holds the basketball right wing. Entry pass, Kubidon. Tough shot, good. Kubidon with the tough shot in the paint, and the Pioneers lead by double digits. Considine to the hole. Shot no, and a foul, and Considine will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul going to be called on the Pioneers. Yelisa Kubidon. That'll be her second. 84-74. Considine, free throw, back iron, no. Foul on Kubinon again, her second. Both teams are in the double bonus, and the first free throw was missed from Considine. It remains a 10-point advantage for the Pioneers with 1:38 to play in the game. Callie Patterson up off the bench. Into the game for Mia Long. Considine back to the line to shoot her second. Second free throw is good. Considine makes one of two. It's a 9-point advantage for the Pioneers as Casey Johnson gets it into Kubinon in backcourt. Elisma Kubinon will work into the front court on Hannah Stuhl. Kubinon hands it off to Patterson. 1:25 to play in the game. Patterson is trapped, lobs it to the top, and Maddie Sutton. Sutton holds it high. Needs help, dribbles out of a trap, and gets it to Kubinon with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kubinon on the drive, gets it to Maddie Sutton. Head fake from three, extra pass Kubinon for a wide open three, shot short. Rebound pulled down by Jackson, tipped into the hands of Schul to Kropp. Underneath, nice pass, Schul puts it up and in. 58 seconds left to play, 84-77, and Coker got the basketball but stepped out of bounds. It'll be Pioneer basketball, but first a timeout from head coach Devin Carter. We head to a break. 56.3 seconds left to play in the game. It's Tusculum 84, Coker 77. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus? What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Pioneer Sports Network. Pioneer Basketball. Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, Justin Jeffrey.
Pioneer basketball inbounding in backcourt with Casey Johnson with 56.3 seconds left to play in the game against full court pressure from Coker. And a hold is going to be called on Coker as Sydney Wilson was trying to fight through Haley Kropp, but Kropp is going to be whistled for the hold. That'll be her second, and we will walk to the other end, and Sydney Wilson will shoot free throws with 56.3 seconds left to play in the game. Sydney Wilson, who in the game has 10 points, she's 5 of 6 from the free throw line, and she toes the stripe, trying to give her team a 9-point lead with 56.3 seconds left to play. Wilson, free throw is up and in. Here to the game for Coker comes Caitlin Considine as Shannon Johnson calls a futuristic timeout. She only wants it if the free throw is made. Sydney Wilson, free throw is on its way and good. Timeout, Shannon Johnson. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 56.3 seconds left to play. 86-77. Tusculum with a 9-point lead with 56.3 seconds left to play. Coker takes the timeout, and in doing so can advance the basketball into front court, and they have chosen to do that. Coming up next, the voice of the Pioneers, Brian Staten, will bring you play-by-play action of the Tusculum men versus Coker. Tusculum comes in at 3-6, 1-2 in the South Atlantic Conference, while the Coker men 4-6, 1-1 in the South Atlantic Conference. as Hannah Stool to get it in for the Coker Cobras. Into Haley Kropp. Kropp gets a screen. Sydney Wilson trying to keep up. Kropp will drive. Shot, no. Rebound pulled down by Mia Long. And Long will be fouled in backcourt and will shoot free throws with 46 seconds left to play in the game. Mia Long, who has 18 points, 1 assist, and 3 rebounds. But only 2 here in the second half, as Mia Long had 16 first-half points, will toe the stripe and shoot 2. The left-hander trying to push her team's lead to double digits with 46 seconds left to play in the game. Mia Long, the sophomore out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, misses the front end of the 2-shot foul. She'll be back to the line to shoot her second. Long with her second free throw upcoming. Long, free throw. Back iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Hannah Stool. And a timeout call by Shannon Johnson. Full timeout, we head to a break. 44.3 seconds left to play. It's Tusculum 86, Coker 77. This is Lady Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingles has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into you.
Ingles, all the ingredients for family.
Back to the Pioneer Sports Network.
Pioneer Basketball.
Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, Justin Jeffers.
Coker basketball coming out of the timeout with 44.3 seconds left to play in the game. Inbounds feed goes to Caitlin Considine. Considine brings it across the timeline with 38 seconds. Considine dribbles, picks up the dribble, now needs help. Shea Jackson will fire for 3. Shot short, no. Rebound, Kubidon with 30 seconds. Kubidon dribbles and will be fouled and will be to the line to shoot a pair with 28.3 seconds left to play in the game. As the foul called on Erin Hauser, her 4th personal. And Kubidon will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair with 28.3 to play. Pioneers lead by 9. Kubidon in the game, 14 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. She's 3 for 4 from the free throw line in the game. And Kubidon will toe the stripe and shoot 2. First free throw rolls off, no good. Kubidon, second free throw is good. Timeout. Timeout, Coker. It's a 30-second timeout after the made free throw from Kubidon. 28.3 seconds left to play in the game. Tusculum leads by 10. And I believe Coker is now out of timeouts. They will advance it once again in inbound side front court. You can join the Pioneer Club today. Go online to TusculumPioneers.com and find out more about the Pioneer Club and support Tusculum College athletics. It's a great way to get involved with Tusculum College sports. Tailgates throughout the year at different Tusculum sporting events. It was tied at 64 with 2 seconds left in that game. It'll be Coker basketball. Again, to learn more about the Pioneer Club, go to TusculumPioneers.com. Coker basketball, inbounding side front court. Inbounds feed goes on the right wing. Pull-up jumper. This is Considine. Lost the handle underneath. Now Shea Jackson will fire for 3. That one rolls off no. Rebound pulled down by Patterson. And Patterson will be fouled with 15 seconds left to play in the game. Callie Patterson will walk to the other end, and she will shoot free throws for the Pioneers. Pioneers have not exactly done a good job of putting this one away from the free throw stripe, but they hold on to a 10-point lead with 15.9 left to play in the game. Callie Patterson, who in this game has 5 points. Free throw is up and in. Patterson makes good on the first on the year. She's now 13 of 18 from the free throw line, 71%. She'll have a second, and it is no good. Rebound pulled down by Considine of Coker. Considine with 10 seconds. Crossover dribble through the lane to the hoop. Shot no. Rebound pulled down by Maddie Sutton. And Maddie Sutton will dribble it out. And the Pioneers victorious. The Tusculum College Pioneers with the victory over Coker, as Tusculum now 8-2 overall on the year and 3-1 in the South Atlantic Conference. Your final score: Tusculum 88, Coker 77. This is Lady Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.